Good day, everyone. I'm Julia Abad, the Executive Director of the Philippine Business Coalition for Women Empowerment, or PBCWE. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge our friends from the Employers Confederation of the Philippines, the Confederation of Danish Industry, and all the participants today. As much as I wanted to be present with you, unfortunately, my schedule did not permit it. So please allow me to deliver this recorded presentation instead. Thank you very much for inviting PBCWE to speak at today's event with the theme The Employer's Guide to Gender Audits, Creating Policies that Promote Workplace Inclusion. I'm very excited to walk you through the many initiatives we are working on, but mainly on our assessment tool called GEARS, which I will go into detail shortly. First, please allow me to introduce ourselves and the work that we do at PBCW, especially to those who are hearing about us for the first time. PBCW was launched in March 2017 through Investing in Women, an initiative of Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Investing in Women is a multi country initiative by the Australian government in Southeast Asia that aims to accelerate women's economic empowerment. In the Philippines, IW has partnered with the Philippine Women's Economic Network, or PhilWen, to establish a business coalition dedicated to advancing gender equality, women's economic empowerment, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Today, we are a growing coalition of 47 large and industry leading employers committed to taking concrete steps to improve gender equality within the workplace, as well as influencing other businesses, including those in supply chains, to become better employers for women. Our mission is to work with organizations to enhance their competitiveness by building diverse, gender equitable, inclusive, and sustainable workplaces. PBCW's vision is to be an independent, trusted, and leading organization in the business of women empowerment and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our work is guided by core values of empathy, customer focus, leading with accountability, and data driven innovation. These values shape our approach across three key pillars. First, evidence based strategies to drive workplace DEI through data and research driven initiatives. Second, sustained memberships, recruitment, and partnerships to foster a culture of inclusion through stakeholder engagement. And the last but not the least, policy reform through technical support and capacity building to advance gender and DEI policies. Now that you know a little bit about our work, my succeeding slides will focus on how to put DEI into action through policies and audits for employees. I'll also explain how we support our member companies to achieve this through our workplace gender equality assessment tool called GEARS, which stands for Gender Equality Assessments, Results, and Strategies. GEARS was developed by DFAT and Investing in Women in collaboration with the Workplace Gender Equality Agency, an Australian government agency dedicated to promoting and contributing to the understanding, acceptance, and public debate on gender equality issues in the workplace. I've mentioned workplace gender equality a couple of times now, but what does it truly mean? A gender equal workplace exists when everyone, regardless of gender, can equally access and enjoy resources, opportunities, and benefits to thrive and progress at all levels. A company committed to workplace gender equality holds itself accountable for implementing mechanisms that eliminate both direct and indirect discrimination and ensures a safe and inclusive work environment and culture. To give a more grounded basis as to why we are advocating for gender equal workplaces, we want to quickly share this study by the International Labor Organization, published in 2019, where they surveyed 13,000 enterprises in over 70 countries. It is undeniable, ensuring workplace gender equality leverages talent, better reflects the marketplace, enhances reputation, attracts investors, consumers, and employees, and boosts innovation and group performance. These benefits are not only limited to enterprises, but the business case for gender equality and diversity also transcends building strong and just economies. Further evidence adds up each year, and we are happy in PBCW to supplement analytics in the national context. In fact, when GEARS was conducted in Southeast Asian countries, particularly in the Philippines, Indonesia, Myanmar, and Vietnam, to measure how gender equal workplaces are, we noticed how encouraging companies to be gender equal have several positive outcomes. First, there can be a boost in employee satisfaction, an increased ability to attract top talent, and an improved reputation for the firms involved. Now that we understand a bit better the business case for workplace gender equality, what do our member companies gain from undertaking these assessments? As a light touch diagnostic tool used to analyze and understand workplace gender equality and diversity, equity, and inclusion within their organizations, GEARS provides some valuable insights. These include the assessment of policies against leading practices in 12 focus areas, gender composition and employee movements across levels of responsibility, and job segregation or occupational mix across the organization. Now that we understand the significance of fostering gender equal workplaces, we want to probably know what really drives workplace change. A key driver is gender data and analytics. Practices and efforts towards workplace gender equality need to be factual and supported by insights into the firm's people and culture. Our member companies can take this step by undertaking assessments like GEARS. Through this tool, we ensure that these 8 approaches are followed, starting from initial assessments underpinned by evidence-based analytics to pressure to the pressure to act through policy, law, mandatory reporting, or the fear of losing out on economic and other benefits. Global best practices, including those in Australia, demonstrate that regular and transparent reporting against gender equality indicators is essential to driving change in companies. Our experience with investing in women confirms this. So, what are the objectives behind GEARS? First, to provide insights that will inform the development of the company's overarching workplace gender equality strategy. Second, to reflect on the company's gender balance and employee movements across the organization. Third, to assess the company's policies and implementation against leading practice. And last, to validate policy strategies and implementation through an employee perception survey. What does the diagnostic process look like for GEARS? Actually, the process is quite straightforward. Companies that are planning to undertake GEARS should first complete a strategies and policies questionnaire. Second, provide 12-month data on gender composition to PBCWE. And lastly, undergo an employee perception survey to triangulate the results of the first 2 data gathering strategies with employee perceptions. As I mentioned previously, GEARS is guided by several key areas to help companies achieve workplace gender equality and diversity, equity, and inclusion. In the interest of time, I'm not able to cover all of them, but they encompass leadership and accountability, accessibility and reasonable accommodations, and LGBT plus inclusion in the workplace, which we are fortunate to have piloted in PBCW. Additionally, we have a newly introduced focus area called Gender in Supply Chains, which supports the creation of a more just supply chain by prioritizing procurement from women owned, women led, and women staffed suppliers. This does not only benefit these suppliers, but also enhances the overall diversity and sustainability of the entire supply chain. Insights on the policies and practices identified through the questionnaire are then complemented by HR data tables. These tables help us collect and analyze statistical data focusing on the organization's workforce, similar to what you see on the right side. They also allow us to assess the impact of gender equality strategies and policies on the outcome of gender representation. All data that is collected is aggregated and, of course, kept anonymous. To implement GEARS successfully for our members, we follow a 7-step methodology that typically lasts for 2 months or more, depending on how much time the organization is able to dedicate to the process and how ready they are with the data required. Based on experience, some members may complete the process earlier, while others may take up to a year, depending on various circumstances such as the availability of data and adherence to data privacy laws. Through this methodology, we conduct client training on the tools, the data gathering process, data validation, data analysis, presentation of results and action plans, and facilitate client support as needed. We also offer other WGE interventions that our members may require according to the assessment results. To determine the focus areas in which companies are leading, GEARS consists of scorecards that identify the level of advancement in workplace gender equality within their workplaces. If a member scores 0 to 25 in any of the focus areas, they meet the minimum standard. A score of 26 to 50 indicates that workplace gender equality efforts are active. A score of 51 to 75 shows that they are strategic in their implementation of WGE. And finally, a score of 76 to 100 in any focus area means that they're demonstrating leading practice, which is, of course, commendable. After filling out their HR data tables and the S&P questionnaire according to the focus areas, we analyze the data and develop and present a diagnostic report. The report is displayed in hopefully easily understandable format with charts and a written analysis of the findings, as you can see in this slide. It also includes action plans to address areas needing improvement. To recognize members who have completed GEARS along with fulfilling their gender action commitments, we introduced the GEARS recognition ceremony in 2023 during our annual gender membership meeting. This ceremony acknowledges their outstanding accomplishments, their completion of GEARS, and full implementation of their action commitments. A total of 71 GEARS assessments have been conducted among companies based in Southeast Asia, 16 of which are from the Philippines as of June 2024, but an additional 4 members have also completed the assessment as of December last year. These companies represent various industries from IT BPM, engineering and construction, communications, airline, accounting, and professional services, among others. And here are some photos from our GEARS recognition ceremony, as well as some testimonials from our members highlighting their positive experience with GEARS. This is my last slide for today's presentation. Once again, thank you so much to ECOP, the Confederation of Danish Industry, and all the participants today. Hopefully, I will be able to join and see you physically for the next sessions. If you have any questions about gears, please do send us an email at communications@pbcwe.com. Visit our website at www.pbcwe.com.ph or follow any of our social media accounts at PBCWE. Thank you so much and good day, everyone.